Last night, a big night for Gavin Sheets. The Padres newcomer had a 3-hit night, drives in 4 runs as part of a victory in Game 1 over Cleveland. It helps the Padres make some history with their first 5-0 start in franchise history. We welcome you back to San Diego and Petco Park, where tonight we play Game 2, the middle game of a 3-game series between the Cleveland Guardians and the San Diego Padres. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. Yes, indeed, the Padres are 5-0, first time in franchise history. How have they done it? Offense, primarily the reason, and some clutch hitting.
No fooling on this April 1st, as Don told you, so we're here to show you the numbers. They have been dominating. They are delivering in the clutch, and here are the numbers the first 5 games. Average with 2 outs. Second in the National League with a 309 average. Runners in scoring position. They did it last year, third at 350. How about 2 outs? You talk about clutch, runners in scoring position, using the whole field, splitting the gap, find a line, that's third at 375. And then with 2 strikes, they're in the hole. What do? Protect. Play little pepper. Just put the ball in play, avoid the strikeout, hitting fourth at 224. They are clicking on all cylinders, carrying over from what they did last season.
Tonight it is Michael King looking to bounce back after a tough first outing this season, but he takes on a Cleveland team he almost no-hit last year.
Yeah, Michael King is a guy, after an outing like last time, he goes to the bullpen and work on some things and get back into the mode of what he did last year against these Guardians in Cleveland. What did he do? 7 solid, only 2 hits, sprayed around, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. He had the ball moving both sides of the plate, this sweeping breaking ball. He took a no-hitter into the 7th. It really kept him off balance. Look for good things tonight out of the hand of Michael King.
Coming up, make it a double. The Padres have turned some remarkable double plays lately. Bob Scanlon checks in with the manager, Mike Schilt, to discuss the defense and split-second decisions. Next from San Diego.
You don't go 5-0 without some high IQ baseball plays like this one on Saturday. First and second, soft blooper to Jake Cronenworth. He lets it bounce in front of him so that the Padres can turn the easy double play. Then on Sunday, comebacker off the foot of Nick Pivetta. Manny Machado with the athletic play, but Luis Arraez with the smart play. Sees Ozuna too far off the bag and nails him for the double play. Then last night, Guardians try the double steal. Hart to Machado for the first out. Manny, without the ball in his hand even, fakes the throw to second base. That induces the umpires to say that that is interference. It's a double play, a big turning point in yesterday's ball game. Smart baseball is one of Mike Schilt's favorite things about this game. Yes, the Padres have had pitching, they've had hitting, they've had defense along the way to going 5-0 to start the season, but there have been some high IQ baseball plays as well, as the skipper explains.
Baseball IQ does win. it's a game of situations, understanding the situations. Clearly, it's a game of talent. We have that as well, but it's a talented league. So one of the separators I feel like for us is the ability to go out and play smart, heads-up defense, be on point with the bases. And, you know, like I said, we have really experienced, high IQ baseball players that enjoy the game. You know, and Manny's play last night was indicative of that. He looked to make a baseball play, and it was a big play in the game.
Padres will look for some more smart baseballs. They try to make it 6 straight out of the gate. They'll try to give some run support to Michael King. Padres, Guardians, first pitch coming up next. Stay with us.
Padres baseball is presented by Sequan Casino Resort, official casino partner of the San Diego Padres. By PNC Bank, opening week presented by PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. By your San Diego County Toyota dealers, a proud partner of the Padres. And by Jack in the Box. The Smashed Jack is back with so much more beef. The Padres and the Guardians, the middle game of the 3-game series from Petco Park in San Diego. First responders just celebrated here on the field at Petco Park as the Padres trying to make it 6 in a row to begin the season.
Always a good night, recognizing the great men and women who the first responders take care of us all in this great city of San Diego. Hey, a treat for them, obviously a treat for the players as well, honoring the men and women. Love it. Oh, and who's a good boy? Look at how good he has behaved. What's he got? Oh, yeah. Little training device there.
Checking it all out.
Yeah.
Lights are flashing all over the place. Michael King getting ready to take the field on a chilly night at Petco Park.
I'm excited, Don, for Michael King in his second start. You know, the Padres are playing good baseball, and I'm sure he ironed some things out with Ruben Niebla, and he is ready to go.
Now, as we mentioned off the top, nearly no hit this Cleveland team a year ago. Another opportunity to face them. And been looking to bounce back after that opening day start. His second start coming here at Petco Park as well.
You know, his stuff moves so much that once he gets that release point down, he can start the ball off the plate and then he'll catch the plate and vice versa to get some swings and misses. So stay tuned, hunker down. It's Michael King time.
Let's check out the visiting Guardians lineup, brought to you by Appliance Alley. Stephen Kwan at the top of the order. He's hitting at 375 to begin the night. Jose Ramirez, who we saw last night at third base. Kyle Manzardo is the DH, with Carlos Santana at first base. Nolan Jones in right. Bo Naylor, he's doing the catching. Gabriel Arias is at second base. Daniel Schneemann in center field. And Brian Rocchio is at shortstop, rounding out the starting 9 for the Guardians. Michael King indeed on the mound for the Padres.
Last time out, a no decision against the Atlanta Braves, and last season's numbers were outstanding. 13-9, the ERA. Anytime you pitch 173 plus innings and an ERA under 3, you're doing something right. And the strikeouts over 200, 201 to be exact, for the right-hander.
Let's take a look at the Padres defensively, presented by Valley View Casino. Left to right in the outfield. Brandon Lockridge in left. Jackson Merrill in center. Fernando Tatis Jr. around in right. Third to first, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts. Jose Iglesias getting the start at second base. Luis Arraez at first, and Elias Diaz doing the catching for Michael King.
Well, it's been some kind of fun for the San Diego Padres. Brett is ready to go. Currently 5-0 and undefeated. Thank you, Brett. We appreciate your loyalty. The brown and gold. Love the shirt. Love the scoots. It's time for baseball. Guardians Padres. Game 2. Stepping up to the plate for the Guardians is Stephen Kwan. Stepping up to the mic with the play-by-play is the voice of the San Diego Padres, Don Orsillo. Don.
Thanks very much, Mudley. Here we go. Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Padres and Guardians. Michael King ready to work here. Standing in is Stephen Kwan. Mentioned off the top, 375 for Kwan to start the ball game. A very good hitter atop this Guardians order. And he'll take strike 1. .292 last year, 14 homers, 44 runs batted in for Kwan. The recipient of a strike over the outside edge.
You know, we talked about the lack of strikeouts for Kwan, but we saw one yesterday, and he's a guy who likes to just punch the ball around where it's pitched, kind of like Luis Arraez. Michael King in the driver's seat to try to keep Kwan off base. It's a cold night. You'll see, as you mentioned, Don, it's a cold night tonight. You'll see the pitchers going to their hand, blowing their hand there to kind of warm up a little bit, get a feel for that baseball.
A little slippery.
Yeah, could be. Yep.
A little slick.
Yep. I'm going to create a little bit of moisture, and you have to get permission from the umpire. Say, hey, can I go to my mouth? Can I blow in my hand right there to get some moisture and maybe a little bit of warmth on those fingertips?
How will that affect Michael King's sweeper?
I think it'll be fine. I think he'll have a fine job as his grip is concerned and have good release point with it. It shouldn't be a problem. Remember, Michael said he liked pitching in cold weather because he said the hitters don't like to swing the bat.
Grew up in Rhode Island, in the Northeast, played at Boston College. That is ball 4, and down to first goes Kwan. So a leadoff walk to start things here in the first inning. When Padres pitchers K9, you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. Just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout. Lead runner on for the Guardians, and here is Jose Ramirez. Might be one of the most underrated players in Major League Baseball. This is one of the game's best, there's no doubt about it. We don't get a chance to see him very often. Look at his numbers from a year ago, 39 home runs, 118 RBIs, but every year this guy does it.
It's consistency, right, Don?
Yep.
It's one of those guys, and you mentioned it the other day, how it's like with Manny Machado and those guys each and every year playing 10, 12, 15 years. At the end of the year, you pretty much know what those numbers are going to be around. The home runs, the average, the RBIs. Ramirez is certainly one of those players.
Kwan with a lead at first, a 1-1. Driven down the right field line, foul out ahead. Homered here last night, his first of 2025.
Talk about mistakes. Yes, that's a mistake. Middle in, a fastball at 92. Not going to get away with that at the big league level, especially to a guy like Ramirez.
Little bloop that has Machado on the short lawn and left for out number 1. He was really at the shortstop spot in that alignment and easily ducking back to get Jose Ramirez for the first out. Now if the Padres can go 6-0, all the wins versus teams that made the postseason the previous year, 1996 Texas. Lead at first for Kwan. Of course, Cleveland getting to the American League Championship Series last year, losing to New York. Manzardo will take a strike. Sweeper. This is a sweeper we were talking about. It's so effective for Michael King. Rise holding on Kwan at first base. Good size secondary lead over there. And this one carved foul to make it 1-2.
Well, when you talk about this Guardian team, it all starts at the top, right? Stephen Vogt. Fun-loving guy. As a player in the clubhouse, in the dugout, I tell you what, as a manager, he's doing a fine job. Manager of the year last year. He's got these guys playing the game right. They take infield each and every day. Fundamentally sound. That's the way he wants to go about his business.
Knowing him a little bit as a player, if you had asked me, is this guy going to be a manager possibly someday? I would say absolutely yes. Looking back on his days with the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
He just had that feel about him that this guy was going to be managing someday. And you're right, he was loved by teammates.
Absolutely.
Clubhouses everywhere he played.
Did you ever see his referee impressions?
I don't think I have. No.
Man, it's
funny. Mud Grant close?
No, head and shoulders above.
Yours is pretty good.
If you want to see Stephen Vogt do his referee impressions, just YouTube that one. It's funny. Good stuff.
Swing and a miss, and there's strikeout number 1 from Michael King. Second out here in the first inning.
Well, Manzardo's a guy early on in the season, had a really good series in Kansas City, and Michael King puts him away with the changeup right there. Look at the depth, and anytime you get a guy out in front like that, making a really good pitch.
So 2 down, Kwan at first, and here's Carlos Santana.
So many weapons for Michael King. And so much movement, too. He really doesn't throw anything straight. Dicing and slicing both sides of home plate.
Little reach back that time, Diaz. Change up, kind of a mislocation there. King was ahead of Kwan 0-2, but then threw 4 straight balls to walk him. Since then, he's got Ramirez to pop out to short. And you got Manzardo to strike out. 2 down. Kwan still at first, has not been able to advance. And one thing King did do in that opening day start, a lot of first inning pitches, trying to avoid that tonight.
Overall, 76 pitch effort last time out for Michael.
Nolan Jones, the former Colorado Rocky, waiting on deck.
I think of Nolan Jones, I think in the rain hitting a game-winning home run in Colorado against the Padres. It's amazing how certain things stick out.
Swing and a miss, full count. Elevated that 4-seam fastball.
Yeah, well, with the heater right there at 95.
Two down, Kwan at first, and the 3-2 pitch coming to the veteran Carlos Santana. And a grounder foul into the Padres house, first base way. Three-two again, and a grounder foul again. Here's a look at our wire cam presented by Defy. Eight pitch coming. And strike three gets him looking. The high strike three call. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Guardians don't score. Padres are coming up. Opening week is presented by PNC Bank. Well, the crowd bundled up here a little bit on the chilly side.
Yeah, get out the scarves and the parkas.
Let's check out the Padres starting 9 as Mike Schilt has Fernando leading off, and in right field, Arias at first, Machado at third, Bogarts at short, Merrill in center, Gurriel the DH with Iglesias getting the start at second base, Lockridge in left, and Diaz doing the catching. On the mound for the Guardians tonight is Logan Allen.
Crafty left-hander out of Florida International, 26-year-old, had a good rookie campaign. And when I say crafty, he is crafty. Tries to keep you off balance, does not light up the radar gun. Last season 20 starts, high ERA. The home runs were up. The Ks were down as opposed to his rookie season. One of the guys in a very, very young rotation for Stephen Vogt's Cleveland Guardians.
1-2 rolled over foul. Let's take a look at StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Here's what the left-hander featured last season. The four-seamer, sweeper, changeup, cutter, and sinker. Pretty even on sweeper and changeup. Likes to pound the zone, but he's got to keep him off balance. He has got to hit his spots. Not a lot of swing and miss, so a lot of balls in play. And I mentioned this rotation being young. The guy in the rotation for Cleveland with the most years of Major League service, 2 years, 133 days, Ben Lively. Everybody other than Ben Lively, fewer than 2 years of Major League service.
It's a young staff.
That's a young rotation. Gavin Williams, Tanner Bybee, Marcel Ortiz, and of course Logan Allen tonight.
Fernando off to a .450 start. It's a ground ball foul. Time now for the Sequan Casino Resort scouting report.
Here's the intel on the 26-year-old. Not a big arm. Got to keep him off balance. He's crafty, and as I mentioned, balls in play.
A walk for Fernando. Missed with a sweeper.
And with the way the Padres have been putting the balls in play, I tell you what, split the gaps, home runs. Hopefully a lot of runs early tonight.
Fernando with a leadoff walk, and that'll bring up Luis Arias. PA is still going on, and Jordan Baker just turned and looked up towards the press box.
Oh, he's giving him the stink eye.
Bit of a malfunction.
Taller than Jordan Baker, by the way.
He is large. pops a bunt up. Dropped on purpose by Ramirez. But they're going to call him out. So they get the lead runner by dropping it and firing to second base, and retired is Fernando. Rise will reach at first on the fielder's choice as it works out.
And you know what, Don? That's why, as a hitter, you run that out, because we see a lot of guys in that situation, maybe a weak pop-up.
You're looking at a DP.
Yeah, exactly. So good hustle right there, running it out.
Oh, man, he grounds one to third, to second for one, on to first. That's two. Around the horn they go on the 5-4-3 DP, done with one without a score from San Diego.
Welcome back. Padres and Guardians locked at 0 as Michael King goes out for his second inning of work. And you see the flags blowing right there, but you can't always tell what's going on in the field by which way the flags are blowing. In fact, we've got a little chart right here that shows you right now how the wind is blowing at each different height level. So this is at 60 feet. You see it kind of swirling around. Then you get up to about 100 feet, and you can see it's really going out towards right field as you get higher in the ballpark. But the point of this is there have been some unusual currents that have been coming through Petco Park here in the first couple of games. And one of them was in Michael King's first start, where the wind was actually blowing right into his face from behind home plate. That is not common here at Petco, but that was definitely happening on opening day. And when you look back at the data after the ball game, you're wondering, well, why is Michael King's changeup moving more than it ever has? Why is the sweeper breaking more than it normally does? Why is the four-seamer rising even more than normal? It was because of that wind that was blowing in his face. Now, it happened to Nick Pivetta in his outing as well, and that's why we saw his curveball have a little bit more action on it than normal. So it's really interesting, guys. The wind does have an effect on how much your ball is going to move, and hopefully this is one of those nights where Michael King has a good feel for it, and so far he does, because he's got a couple strikeouts so far tonight. He's elevating. We see good command of the changeup, and that was one of the things that was a real challenge for him in his last outing, the movement on his changeup and knowing exactly how much it was going to move because of those winds. So far he looks pretty good tonight, guys. 3
strikeouts in a row right now for Michael King. Well, Mud, you've been here the entire time this place has been open. I remember when it first opened and visiting here that season as a visitor, there wasn't a lot of stuff out there.
No buildings out there.
I mean, it must have played much differently than it does now with the swirling wind inside the ballpark because of all that stuff out there now.
Yeah, the buildings, as scanned, did a great job of explaining it. Yeah, like Don mentioned, all those buildings, there was nothing there. To the left, there was maybe that hotel down the left field line, but it did play differently. I remember talking to players during exhibition season. I think it was the Mariners who came here. They loved hitting here because they said that the ball would jump out of this place. But I tell you what, I really like that arrow graphic with the higher you go, the way the wind is different. I think that's a tremendous way of letting the fans know what exactly the higher the ball is hit, the more it's going to do.
Well, it's not just the fans, guys, it's the players as well, because on that day, the opening day, they saw the action early on because of the date of what was going on with Michael King's pitches. So they asked Jake Cronenworth, hey, Jake, what are you feeling out there at second base? And he said, it's swirling. There will be certain times where I feel it in my face, and then 2 seconds later, I feel it on the back of my head. So it's something that they have to constantly keep an eye on. Talking to Brandon Lockridge before the game as well, guys, he says almost every pitch he's going down and he's throwing some grass up in the air. We can see him doing it right now. He just threw some up there to try to keep track of which way the wind is blowing because it's shifting from pitch to pitch almost.
I'll tell you what, Scan, right now where we are, we're on the 5th floor behind home plate. It's coming into my face right now. I feel it.
And there's a lot of face.
There's a lot of face. I lead the league in face. Swing and a miss for the 25th year in a row. That's 4 strikeouts in a row for Michael King. 2 down.
And this one comes on the two-seamer. Watch the action out of the hand. It brings it back. Hey, he offers at it. It's up in the zone. Ties him up. And Bo Naylor goes down swinging.
Well, some great two-seam action on that pitch right there. And that's something Ruben Niebla commented on also before this game, guys. With a left-handed dominant lineup that the Guardians have put up against Michael King tonight, that two-seamer, especially inside, is going to be super important to try to set up the changeup when we've seen him getting a couple of strikeouts on that two-seamer so far tonight. So far, so good.
Hey, Scan, you mentioned the wind blowing into the face of Michael King. That's a Matt Waldron type night. Those are the kind of nights like a knuckleball pitcher likes to be out on that hill to help that knuckleball.
You are 100% correct. And I remember pitching with a couple of knuckleballers over the course of my career, and there's another just perfectly located two-seamer on the outside corner. But with the knuckleball guys, you know, as pitchers, Mud, I think you and I would probably rather have the wind at our back coming in, right?
Yes.
To keep the ball from leaving the ballpark.
Yes.
But the knuckleball guys are like, no, no, no. I want to feel that wind in my face to get that good action.
Went around.
It's worth another look on the sweeper from King. Everybody's reading that ball out of the hand of King on that sweeper and committing, and then before you know it, it's out of the zone for the check swing or the swing and miss.
Two to Arias. Taps it foul. Four strikeouts in a row for Michael King. Working to Arias with 2 away and a count of 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. You know what that means.
Oh, here we go.
Nolan Jones.
Say it, Donnie.
Bo Naylor.
Say it.
Gabriel Arias. All down by way of the K. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll catch the Padres at home or on the go. Fans in market can watch Padres.tv and stream games all season long for $19.99 a month, $99.99 for the year. Subject to national exclusivity. Visit Padres.tv for details. Bottom of the second inning, and Xander Bogaerts takes the strike, even the count of 1-1. Bogaerts, Merrill, and Gurriel scheduled to bat here in the second inning.
Allen just flipping it up there, trying to hit the corners, spinning a few here and there. That last fastball, 90. Oh, got a call there. Now you got to really protect, especially after a pitch like that off the plate with 2 strikes.
He protects, sends it up the middle off the glove of Arias into right field, and Bogaerts is aboard.
So glad that Xander gets this result, the base knock, because the pitch prior was off the plate. As I mentioned, with 2 straight, you got to protect. Look at how far off. He doesn't really get a good gauge whether it's maybe a baseball and a half. That looked like it was a good 3 baseballs. But judging by the prior pitch off the plate, called a strike, believe you me, you got to at least get a whack at it, and that he does for the base knock.
So leadoff base hit here for Bogaerts. Out Jackson Merrill fouls it off to the left out of play. 4-12 start to his season after hitting .292 in his rookie campaign. Up the middle and right at the bag at second. Little bobble, but fires to first and turns the DP. Brian Rocchio, the shortstop, coming over the bag to make that play. Second double play in the last 2 innings.
Brian Esposito on the hotline, and Mike Schultz going to say, let's carry on. But great hustle by Jackson. He knows what's in front of him. I tell you, hitters, man, they hit the ball on the ground, double play situation. They're yelling at themselves and take it out by busting your tail down the line. Try to stay out of that double play.
Yuli Gurriel with 2 down here in the second inning. So Allen has got 2 double plays behind him. Strike call. Gurriel didn't agree. There's a pop-up back at first, and Carlos Santana will make the catch that ends the second inning. We come back to Petco Park. Oh, yeah. Joe Musgrove in the booth when we come back.
even just seeing his work ethic throughout the rehab, like he's already ahead of schedule now, and he's been itching to get back out there throwing. It's just, he's a guy that you want to have in the clubhouse because he's a great dude, but then when you're just observing him, you see the work ethic, you see how he treats everybody else, and it spreads throughout the clubhouse. So he's instrumental for us.
Well, he's instrumental for us as well, and it is great to have with us Joe Musgrove in the booth. This is a first for me. I don't ever remember having a player in uniform in the booth.
Yeah, it's first for me too. I did this in spring. I think that was my first official time. Actually, I did this back in high school. If you remember, I did for my career plan. We had to do like a job interview and go do like a job shadow. And I told him I wanted to play professional baseball. She goes, "That ain't gonna. It's not realistic. Go pick a real job." So I said, "I'll do color analyst and I'll follow Mud around for the day." So I came down here and I had my headset on. I sat behind the booth and got to watch a game and watch Mud do his work. I think it was you and Enberg at the time, right?
It was. And you were a sophomore at Grossmont?
I was pretty young, yeah, like summer, sophomore, junior year.
I remember you had your clipboard with you.
Yeah, I was
taking notes and stuff.
Not many notes taken. I was just in awe watching, man. It was fun.
Well, Michael King, certainly some great things to say about you. He's not alone. You hear that from just about anybody in that clubhouse.
Yeah.
Where are you right now as far as rehabbing going?
I'm in a really good spot, man. You know, I've been very cautious and very patient in the first 6 months of this thing, which is kind of what I was told from the guys that have been through it before, and you know, following instructions from my doctor, which is Keith Meister out of Texas. So very patient on the front end, but this whole process has been a lot of hard work, but it's been relatively easy. I feel like the steps and like the progress has kind of just come naturally to me. I haven't had much, you know, hesitation with, you know, the next step in the rehab. I haven't had any setbacks so far, so it's been really good. I started throwing in about 6 days.
I'm sure you reached out to a lot of people, Joe, being in the game for so long and so many guys having TJ surgery. How many people did you contact to kind of get like an overall view of rehab and type of work to do after?
Yeah, I had about 7 or 8 phone calls with players that have been through it before. Some of the guys that have had 2 of them. I talked to a few PTs that I've worked with. I talked with my trainers. You know, talked with our whole staff down here. And it was kind of just vetting everybody and trying to find the commons, you know, amongst everyone's answers. And obviously, I feel like with Meister and Elatrosh being the 2 at the top of their field for Tommy John's, I didn't feel like I could really go wrong. But I really liked the responses I got from Meister. I liked the conversations we had, his willingness and patience to, you know, work with me and hear me out on all my questions and concerns. So.
Well, during the offseason, I always find it amazing what you're doing. I mean, whether it's in a pool or, you know, wherever you are, it's usually something different. This is out to left, and diving is Lockridge to make the catch. That was falling fast, and Brandon Lockridge lays it out to make the grab. 2 down.
He's a good ball player, man. I'm so excited for him. That guy shows up to the field so happy every day, man. It's refreshing to see somebody that's new and young to the game and excited to play.
I tell you, Joe, you're on the mound. You're trying to get guys out. You see a play like that, what runs through your mind?
Oh, man, just confidence. You know, I mean, I'm a contact pitcher. You know, just recently I've become more of a strikeout type guy, but I've always relied on the defense heavily. And coming to San Diego, that was one of the most exciting things was the gloves and the names you had behind you. It just gives you all the confidence in the world to fill up the zone and let those guys work.
Yeah, you hear that a lot from rookie pitchers, guys coming up from the minor leagues, and yeah, that's the thing they can't believe is just the defense at the major league level is incredible.
Man, and I'll tell you, over the first 2 series, you've seen how much the defense has helped us out, and you know, that's one of the things that we really stress. We do a lot of work in spring training. You know, that might seem monotonous and might seem like, you know, it's eyewash of going through the drills of spring training prep, but I mean 3 or 4 of the situations that we worked on daily have already come into play here and helped us secure a couple wins. So.
Okay, so you're unable to pitch, but at the same time, your presence is very much felt as this is an opposite field base hit. They'll break up a string of 8 in a row retired by King. But you still got Camp 44 going on. You still, you know, you got guys you're tutoring really and taking under your wing. I mean, that's still going on, very much so.
Yeah, definitely. That was something that Ruben and Schilt both stressed to me is like, this is going to be a tough year to get through. And, you know, if you remove yourself from the group and you remove yourself from the game of baseball, it makes it, you know, much harder to get back into it. So we've talked about finding ways to keep me engaged and keep me involved and, you know, allowing myself to provide experience and knowledge of, you know, things that I've learned over the course of, you know, my 9 years now. So Camp 44 was something that we started a couple years ago, and it was, you know, very unstructured and just a handful of us that got together to throw bullpens with our catchers and get a little work in before we went to camp. And over the last 3 years, it's grown into an organization-wide camp where we're bringing in some prospects, some young guys. We're bringing in a lot of the new trade pieces that we get, and it gives us a week to get together as a group, and for some of these new guys to just simply make introductions and meet some of the staff, meet some of the players, kind of get a look at what's important to us and what we look for here, and how we like to go about things. It gets them a chance to throw a couple bullpens in front of Ruben and get the catchers back there for a few pins, and ultimately we hit spring training with what am I trying to say? Hit the ground running in spring training, and there's not that week of awkwardness of trying to make adjustments and meet people and find your way. So
Ramirez gets hit here, and we'll head down to first base. All of a sudden, Guardians have runners at first and second. We talk about a lot of the acquisitions the Padres picked up during the offseason, but really a couple of the biggest ones were to Mike Schultz's staff. I mean, guys that were kind of free agents, and you're looking at Victor Rodriguez, and certainly in your case, and the pitching staff. How important is this guy re-signing here with San Diego?
Yeah, man, Ruben's been great for all of us, and I think I've seen it over the years. Guys that come in are new and don't know what to think of Ruben. You see how fast guys gravitate towards him and how fast they buy into what he has to say. He's got a ton of experience on the delivery side and the analytical side, but he's just a real dude, man. He connects with his players. He finds a way to to get the most out of his guys, and that's all you're looking for, is someone that's going to push you and someone that's that knows what they're talking about. And Ruben kind of has all that going.
When you're going well, when you're throwing the ball well, Joe, is Ruben one of those types of guys who just leaves you alone? And that's a sign of a good pitching coach, I think.
Yeah. Ruben, I think me and Ruben are on a really good page. I think we communicate a lot, and I over-communicate at times about how I'm feeling and how not feeling, and good reps what I felt, bad reps what I felt. And so I think he understands, where I'm at mentally. He knows I game plan very well, so he kind of leaves me be on start days. We don't really do meetings. I'll meet with my catcher, and that's about it. But the main job of the pitching coach is to manage the personalities and keep people in the right headspace. So sometimes if a guy's not doing exactly what the pitching coach wants, but the guy's rolling and things are going well and he's confident, sometimes you just you support him and you give him that that encouragement that he needs. But he's been really, really good for us, man. I'm super stoked we have him here for a couple of years. And the whole staff in general, really. I mean, I've never been around a staff that's more committed and works harder than these guys. I mean, when you come play San Diego, man, you got to be buttoned up, because we're going to pick you apart, and we know everything there is to know about your team, and a lot of that is due to the prep of these coaches.
Here comes Fernando from right. He will make the catch. Can you hang around another half inning?
I would love to.
Joe Musgrove will be back with us in the booth from Petco Park in San Diego. Bottom of the third inning back at Petco Park in San Diego. Joe Musgrove kind enough to join us in the booth here. In the booth, literally, not from the dugout where we're used to talking with a headset. After Snellzilla's out of town, now we have you, and we have Michael King.
Snell
which is
hogging the mic all the time.
Well, you just took that whole thing over. Now you're in the big chair. You're in the booth.
That's right. This is a hell of a spot to watch the game, too.
Joe, this is an old question, and you've been asked it many, many times. But as you sit here in this booth, in this ballpark, wearing this uniform, even your story is an amazing story. Question is, do you still have to pinch yourself every day? What you're experiencing?
Just the odds of it, man. I mean, you know, to get to the big leagues is hard enough in itself, and then to have the opportunity not only to like select San Diego, but to be traded back here, you know, something that was out of my control. And when that year happened, I watched them pick up Darvish and Snell a week. Look at that photo. I watched them pick up Darvish and Snell like a week before they got me, and I'm thinking, oh man, they got their pitchers they were looking for. Like, you know, that opportunity's out the window. And then sure enough, a week later it happened. So yeah, I've had to come to grips with it fast, but I mean, that's part of it. Is there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress coming back to your hometown playing, and you know, definitely a lot of fear, but you know, you got to get over that fast and get back to focusing on the game.
And I still can't believe it. I don't know if you can, but the first no-hitter in the franchise, I mean, it's you?
Yeah, man, and that game, that was my second start of the year, so I mean, that was the last thing I was thinking going into that start. You know, I'm thinking I'd love to get 7 innings here. I'd gone 6 and 80 pitches before. I thought the pitch count was going to be my, you know, biggest enemy in that game as we were starting to go along, and I managed to be efficient enough and get through it. But yeah, man, what an incredible experience.
What have you learned all your years? I mean, you know, pitching at this level, you seem to be the guy, and Michael King even said it. You're great to be around. People gravitate to you. You're always working hard. You're always learning.
That's a fair ball down the left field line. Headed over is Kwan, headed for third as Iglesias. Lockridge into second with a double. Second and third, nobody out.
Joe, you talked about Lockridge and his work ethic. Happy to be here. Pretty good looking swing right here on the changeup, huh?
Yeah, great. He was really dialed into spring training, man. You can see his prep work starting to come into play. You know, really taking time in the video room and getting himself ready every day, leaning on the guys around him. He's always on the top step, talking to somebody, trying to get an edge. So I'm happy for him.
Do you have position players gravitate to you? I know pitchers talk, but do you ever have position players gravitate to you and ask for like, hey, what this guy might be doing or something?
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, and that's like one of our biggest strengths down there is just the level of communication that goes on, and it's not just pitcher to pitcher and position player to position player. It's the whole dugout's buzzing. You know, there's always conversations. I talk with Iglesias a lot on the bench. He's got a really good perspective on things, kind of an interesting way of looking at some things. So,
hot shot gobbled up by Santana for the out. You were part of the spring breakout game, which was kind of cool.
Yeah,
you were, I want to say you were a coach. You made mound visits, so I guess that would make you a coach, right? I mean,
yeah, dude, look at how terrified I look. I'm like looking back, and I'm like, am I in the right spot? First mound visit I've ever made right there, and I go out to meet a guy that I've never met before, and I have no idea what he throws.
What'd you tell him?
I said, hey, I don't know which of your pitches gets a guy on the ground, but throw that one. We need a double play right here.
Coming home is Rocchio, and out at the plate is Iglesias. So the good shortstop for the Guardians coming home with that, able to get Iglesias. Lockridge remains at second with now 2 outs.
Let's see, contact, go. Infield is in the backhand, then firing a strike right there. And gone are the days when you can blow up the catcher, but if he's in front of home plate with the ball, yes, you can do that, but that's an out for Cleveland.
There's a first and second with 2 outs in the inning, and Luis Arraez second AB. So when you wrap it up, you got a lot of baseball left in you, many years, but you see coaching, you see broadcasting. What do you see down the road?
I don't know, man. It's hard to really imagine myself committing full time to anything outside of playing right now. I'm sure when, you know, the ability to play is out of my reach and, you know, my days are behind me, I think I'm going to need something to fill that love and that, you know, that gap from baseball. So,
well, sometimes the student overtakes the teacher, and I know you say you shadowed him, but we could bump him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
God,
I don't know.
It's Joe Musgrove.
I don't know which direction I would go. I think I don't know how you guys do this every day, man. I would love to come up and make spot appearances, but I think I'd see myself more on the field in uniform.
You're more than welcome,
that
man. The invitation is open.
I'll come with coffee next time. I saw the Keurig setup. We got to get you a better setup.
I was going to say coffee is in your future. I would say, right?
It might be in our future.
Yeah.
Joe's Mud Hut.
Oh, I love it. Say that again.
Joe's Mud Hut.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Come on. Yeah. That's what you sent me the other day, I think, right? Yeah, I didn't steal that. I got to give you credit.
Sending you ideas, business options.
We've been talking about it for years
I love coffee, and I've become pretty much a coffee snob a lot because Joe and I have talked Java many years.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Adesso and Alpine.
Yep. I remember when I was in Pittsburgh and you guys came into town, I brought a pot to you, or you came by the clubhouse and we shared a cup right outside the clubhouse.
Little French press.
That's right.
Now to the second and the throw to first in time. Ends our conversation with Joe Musgrove. Joe, thanks so much for coming
beautiful,
up.
man. I
Appreciate
really
it.
enjoyed
Thank
that,
you.
guys.
Joe,
Thank
get
you.
well
Thank you.
soon.
Take care.
Good to see you.
All right.
Scoreless as we head to the top of the fourth inning back at Petco Park. Out at the Park is back on Friday, April 11th when the Padres host the Rockies at 6:40. Purchase a special theme game package to receive a limited edition Padres Pride hat. Plus, your package includes a donation to San Diego Pride and a ticket to the game. Get yours at padres.com/pride. And you got to get a special theme game ticket.
Theme game.
That's the key. You can't
Theme
just
game.
get a ticket. You need a theme game ticket. Carlos Santana leading it off here in the fourth inning. Our thanks to Joe Musgrove for stopping in.
Always a good visit. Such a good egg. He's welcome anytime.
I did not know that he shadowed you back in the day. That was
Yes.
new information.
Yes. It was a lot of fun.
Didn't you not get him a glove at one point too? Is that the same guy or is that a different guy?
The story goes, Diane Musgrove,
Yes.
Joe's mom, was working at a Deso. So I pull up one day to get a cup of Joe, and she goes, you know, Mark, Joe was in high school at the time, Grossmont. Joe lost his glove.
Oh, no.
Do you know anybody or that can kind of, do you have any suggestion where, whatever, she just threw it out there, right? I said, let me work on it. She said, Joe likes a big glove, like a longer glove. Some guys like the shorter gloves. Some guys like longer gloves. Diane said, Joe likes a longer glove. I said, let me work on it. So I go to the park that day, and I'm thinking, Chris Young, the big tall right here, now the GM for the Texas Rangers, pitcher for the Padres. I said, hey, Chris, a family I know, great family. Their son pitches at Grossmont here. He's a pitcher. He lost his glove. He likes big gloves. I noticed you use long gloves. He beelined to his locker, reached up into his drawer, his cabinet up there, brand new glove in the plastic. He tosses it. He goes, give this to him.
Wow.
So I gave the glove to Diane, who gave it to Joe. Now let's fast forward. Chris Young still with the Padres. Joe Musgrove makes it to the big leagues. So in Peoria one day, I'm hanging around the trainer's room. Chris Young yells at me, he goes, hey, Mud, how about Joe Musgrove? He got called up to the big leagues.
Wow.
So that came full
That's
circle.
awesome.
So yeah, it was great.
That's amazing.
Thanks to Chris Young. Yeah.
World champion general manager Chris Young. I knew he was a great guy, but that's a great story.
Yeah. Chris was one of those guys, very smart, very intelligent, baseball savvy, obviously gamer from the get-go, but yet that under the radar funny sense of humor. I mean, the one-liners, just, you think he's so serious, but you'd be talking about something, then he would just zing you. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah.
2-2's carved foul off to the left out of play. Michael King looks like he is calling his own game per usual at times. That's strike 3. Gets him looking. High strike. And questions from Nolan Jones as he takes with him the 7th strikeout from Michael King.
Let's watch the movement. Watch the location. Yeah, he got the call. Remember, Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire, 6'7", and this one says it's up out of the zone right there, but Michael King gets the call.
2 down in the 4th inning for Bo Naylor. So strange not to see Josh Naylor on this Guardians team. We will see him when we see the Arizona Diamondbacks now on first base. Bo Naylor did not play in last night's game, but back in there doing the catching today. This is brother Josh, who you named the Mississauga Masher.
Oh, yeah.
Was with the Padres 2019, 2020.
Love Josh.
0-2. Did he go? No, he did not. Biggest baseball name to come out of Joliet, Illinois. That's Mark Carlson.
Oh, yeah.
Down there at third base.
MC with the call.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Back-to-back Ks, 8-0 for King. We're scoreless in San Diego.
Let's go back in the time machine to 1992 in Toronto. It's Fan Appreciation Day, and Joe Carter is going to give away a car to a lucky fan. The only problem is that that car belongs to him, Derek Bell. The rookie is getting pranked. Joe Carter had Derek Bell a little bit worried there for a minute, thinking that his car was going to be given away to a fan. And of course, we're talking about pranks because it is April 1st, April Fool's Day for those of you that like to celebrate it. Don and Mud, you guys have some favorite pranks that you remember in MLB history?
You know what? I'm not a big April Fool's guy. It's just something that I've never really, you know, have taken part of. The reason being is because I don't like to lead people astray and kind of, you know, make them feel uncertain or uncomfortable about certain things. It's just in my nature.
That's an April Fool's right there, Mud.
He's a complete fraud.
Thank you, Don.
Then I said it.
You called it out. I like it.
Yeah, he's a phony.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not into that type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Tomfoolery is not part of your MO.
No.
None of that malarkey.
No. Not the last hour and a half. Anyway. Wow.
How about you, Don?
No, I really, I can't think of too many. I do think that the Derek Bell one, that's all time right there.
That is.
I mean, his expression when he sees his own car.
Joe Carter waving.
That's unbelievable video. I've seen it so many times.
That's big league.
That is like, yeah, I can't think of a better one.
That's the ultimate.
I mean, you're standing there and it's your car that is on the warning track.
And I don't know if you could hear it in the audio, but I believe the PA announcer at the Sky Dome said, We're giving away Derek Bell's car to a lucky fan.
Chopped to short. Chance for their third double play, and they turn it.
Scan, how about you?
Oh, man, there's so many. I mean, I like the one where Chase Utley gets his first major league hit. It's a grand slam home run. And after the game, they call him into the office. And John Kruk, Larry Boa, and Ed Wade are all there saying, we made a mistake. We didn't actually do the paperwork to put you on the 40-man roster. So the home run doesn't count. And there's a $250,000 fine for Major League Baseball for playing an illegal player.
Driven to right center field for Jackson Merrill, and is gone! Carries out of the yard to right center. First home run of the year for Jackson Merrill. Padres take a 1-0 lead.
First pitch, lefty on lefty. It's a cutter. Mislocation down and in at the knees. Turns that one around to the pull side.
First home run of the year for Jackson Merrill for the Padres. They've got 4 home runs this year, all solo shots. Fly ball, left field. Stephen Kwan moves over towards the line and makes the catch for out number 3. But a home run for Jackson Merrill has the Padres on top 1-0. One to nothing. Padres have the lead over the Guardians as we move to inning number 5. Get free MLB.tv with T-Mobile. Redeem today's T-Mobile.com/MLB. 5th inning and the bottom third of the Guardians order. Arias to lead it off. Arias, Schneemann, and Rocchio.
Let's see if Michael King can work quickly here to get back in that dugout so his teammates can possibly put up a crooked number after that home run from Jackson. What a sweet swing that was from the kid. He's good. Jackson Merrill is very good at baseball.
Inside out swing and a liner that will get down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Arias. That was just the 2nd Cleveland hit on the night. Joined Stephen Kwan, who had a single back in the 3rd inning.
Even though that's a knock to the opposite field, what I see is that the defensive swings, that's not like, you know, sit back and just rat-tat-tat it. And he's got to protect. And if you're going to give up hits like that, that's fine. Rather than the extra base hits or the home run, hopefully Michael can work a grounder right here.
Daniel Schneemann is a good egg.
Yes, he is. A San Diegan. You bet, Donnie. Glad to see the local kid playing at the big league level with the Guardians.
Ball and a strike. Chase the changeup.
Bonita Vista High School for Daniel.
Born in San Diego. Goes around for strike 2. College and Brigham Young.
Cougars.
33rd round pick.
Don't you love that? I love that.
Swing and a miss, and King strikes him out. That's 9 Ks for Michael King. Time now for the All-State Good Hands replay. Brandon Lockridge. Broken bat, Looper lays it out.
I thought this one was going to hit the turf, and it was just great concentration. And everybody peeling off right there, allowing Lockridge to dive and save the day. Nice play.
Fouls it back, even the count of 1-1. Padres pitchers have K'd 9 batters today, so you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. Just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout. 9 Ks from Michael King with 1 out here in the 5th. 1-1 to Rocchio is up and away. Strike 2.
Hey, we've seen both ways now. Both ways from Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire. Pitches off the plate, up, called strikes. Just consistent both ways. Nothing wrong with that. And as a pitcher, you got to try to take advantage of that.
Elevates and gets him to chase. Strikeout number 10 for Michael King. Let's take a look at our PNC Bank slow moment.
Remember the pitch prior to that? Looked like it was up a little bit out of the zone, called strike, right? Well, what you have to do as a hitter, protect. He just went up a little higher for the swing and miss. That's pitching right there.
6th time in his career, double-digit strikeouts for Michael King. Well, 4 pitchers have done it in Major League Baseball this season. Needed first for Arias. Started the inning with a base hit. Still there and a fly ball down the left field line. Lockridge over. Won't have a play. Back into the seats. One has walked and singled, been aboard twice against King. Talked about his stance last night, the feet close together. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, keep going up there. If they swing and make contact, it's maybe a foul ball or a high fly ball for an easy out.
Yuki Matsui up in the pen. First action we have seen either side. Oh, didn't get that one.
Yeah. Last time out for Michael, 76 pitches in those 2 2/3. And here's another look at that sweeper.
In the air, down the left field line, foul.
Soft stuff, easy for me to say. Soft stuff with movement and then mixing in a couple four-seamers there.
Full count now with 2 down and Arias at first base. You got Jose Ramirez waiting on deck. You would love to have him lead off next inning and not have to deal with him here with men on, especially. That strike 3 gets him looking. 11th strikeout for Michael King concludes the top of the 5th inning. 11 strikeouts. 1-0 Padres halfway through. One to nothing. Padres have got the lead over the Guardians. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning back at Petco Park in San Diego. And it is the bottom third of the Padres order. Iglesias, Lockridge, and Diaz. Logan Allen back on the mound, and there's strike 1 with a changeup. Iglesias walked. That's a pretty good rip. And quickly down on the count. 0-2. Padres have had the lead runner on every inning so far as they bat here in the 5th.
Boy, it would be nice to have 2 of the 3, maybe everybody get on base from the top of the order for Fernando, as Iglesias has got a battle here to stay alive with 2 strikes.
Slowly rolled left side from short. Rocchio. It's late. And in and out of the glove of Santana.
Well, let's take another look. Off balance swing, soft contact. Tell you, that could have gone sideways past Santana down the line for an extra base. That's a very difficult pick for Santana. Holds him at first base.
Lead runner on again, so that's 5 straight innings for the Padres in tonight's game. Lockridge with a double his first time up. Made his major league debut last year as a pinch runner. Actually stole a base in his major league debut. Runner goes as Iglesias takes off. Here's the throw. It's very late. Good break right away. No hesitation, and he'll take second base.
This is something early on we've noticed that the Padres do very well, and you don't have to be a fast runner. Daylight, and I'm not sure even why Naylor throws this ball, because there was no way to get Iglesias. There's a shuffle. Daylight, very, very late. Nice pick, preventing that ball going into center field.
Iglesias now in scoring position with nobody out here in the fifth. 2-2 to Lockridge. .54 pitches for Logan Allen to this point of the game.
Well, this is an opportunity for the San Diego Padre hitters to look for some power. The home runs last year were up, strikeouts down. Good opportunity right now for San Diego.
Visit America's #1 ballpark and go behind the scenes with the Petco Park Tour presented by Bubs at the ballpark. Pre-game tours unlock early admission to the ballpark, and our VIP tours get you on the field for batting practice. Learn more and book your tour today at Padres.com/tours. First and second, nobody out. Luis Diaz. Spiraling off the backside was Logan Allen. No throw. Tried the bunt, but fouled it off.
Little old school National League style baseball right there. Okay, now do you give him the one bunt, and then now do you have, like, I always love the butcher board. Show bunt, pull back. You've got movement on the infield. Guys are crashing. Cuts down the range if a ball is hit sharply. Let's see if the bunt is still on or if he swings away.
Pulls it back, takes the strike. And now is down 0-2. Down to Tim Leeper in the third base coach's box. So Mike Schultz going to do here now. 2 strikes on him. Iglesias at second, Lockridge at first. And he does bunt with 2 strikes. A good one down the first baseline, and the sacrifice is complete. On to third goes Iglesias. Lockridge to second.
Baseball, even with 2 strikes. Nice soft pitch. It was a sweeper, breaking ball, outer half, deadens it perfectly. Everybody moves up. Sac fly in order, base hit, possibly 2.
Turns the order over. Now Fernando at the top spot with runners at second and third, and you get 2 cracks of getting these runners in. Fernando walked in the first. Got to do a fielder's choice in the third. Fly ball center field. Schneemann getting ready, will make the catch, tagging at third as Iglesias. He can jog home, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. Sac fly for Fernando. Lockridge tagged up. He moved over to third base, so he's now 90 feet away, and the Padres have a 2-0 lead.
We've seen some fundamental baseball this half inning for San Diego. The bunt, getting them over. How about getting them in? High pitch. Fernando knows the situation. Lofted it to the outfield for the sac fly. And Donnie, as you mentioned, another guy at third base. Moving up on the tag. Nicely done.
Two down, Lockridge at third. A rise. 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Jeremiah Estrada up in the pen. Yuki Matsui was up An inning ago. Inside out swing and a foul down the left field line, out of play. King is at 88 pitches.
He threw 76 last time out, so 12 more than previously. Does this look like he's done right here?
Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Breakdown for Allen so far tonight. I'm going to work the hardest here in the 5th inning. Lockridge at third.
Not bad for the left-hander.
Hooked down the right field line, foul.
No, it looked like to us that Michael King, yes, that's a good night in the big leagues. Estrada up, and as I look at the Guardians lineup, you got 2, 3, 4 due up next inning. Ramirez, Manzardo, and Santana. So a different look. King, different than Estrada. Estrada, high heat from the top of the zone. He's got that split finger as well. Give him a different look.
Into left field, a base hit for a rise. From third comes Lockridge. Padres take a 3-0 lead. Luis Arraez driving on a run.
Well, we talked about it in our open, and it was the first subject. Talked about the NL ranks for the Padres up to this point, with 2 outs, average, runners in scoring position, 2 outs, runners in scoring position, 2 strikes. I mean, it's the whole shooting match, and the Padres are capitalizing big time, and we're witnessing it right there. Fernando likes it. Yuli Gurriel likes it. Shingo likes it. What's not to like? What you talking about, Willis?
Carl Willis, pitching coach out there for the Guardians. Manny Machado coming up next.
One thing is for sure, a pitching coach is going to tell his pitcher, hey, watch out for the first pitch here to Manny. We know how much he likes to swing at that first pitch offering.
And he bounced into a DP in the first. Single to left in the 4th inning. Two 2-0. Did he go? No, he did not. Stu Sherwater, first base umpire, said he didn't offer. Line to left center field, a base hit from Machado. Arraez headed for third, so's the throw. He will be out at third base. So they throw out Arraez. Daniel Schneemann, the center fielder, gunning him down. But Luis Arraez with an RBI single, driving in the Padres' third run. Padres lead at 3-0 to the 6th we go.
Time now for the top tier plays presented by Arco. How about the night for Michael King? 11 strikeouts on the night, and he had it all working. The changeup, the two-seamer, the four-seamer upstairs. Going back to the two-seamer, getting the swing and miss from the lefties, getting the right-handers to swing over the top of it. He was absolutely dominant tonight with all of his pitches. As we mentioned, 11 strikeouts and used the entire repertoire to take care of it. He had 4 with the two-seamer, 3 with the four-seamer, 2 with changeups, 1 with the sweeper. There's a backdoor slider to get him as well. The night is over for Michael King, but Don and Mutt, boy, was he impressive tonight.
Yes, he was. 5 shutout innings, just the 2 hits.
And it's something that really shouldn't surprise us because we know how much Michael King wants to do a little bit better each time out. And that first outing, 2 2/3, right? Really didn't have the release point down, but I tell you what, he ironed it out, and he was some kind of nice tonight. And tonight, he just reached back for a little extra, and when you need that, you turn it up to 11. And that's 11 strikeouts for Michael King.
Jeremiah Estrada taking over here in the 6th inning.
High heat and the split finger down to the zone. A lot of swings and misses. Last season in 62 games, struck out 94 hitters in 61 frames. That's dominating.
Fly ball, shallow right for Fernando. First out of the 6th inning. Always a big out when you get Jose Ramirez.
That's why it's so important to have the arms like the Padres do in the bullpen. This is the part of the game, that part of the order that can do some damage. Enter Estrada. Doesn't seem to faze him one bit.
Kyle Manzardo 0 for 2 in the game, has struck out swinging and flying out to right. The bullpen has been so stellar for the Padres so far this season. It's been amazing.
Coming in and taking charge. Not a lot of base runners, a lot of swings and misses. Holding the opposition.
Flip down the left field line, foul. There's action in the Cleveland pen. Former Arizona closer Paul Sewald up in the pen. Popped up. A rise down from first into foul ground. 2 down.
That's why it's so difficult to get on top of that high fastball. You cannot square that up. And by the way, that pitch up out of the zone. Trying to protect right there.
So Estrada with 2 outs here in the 6th, and here's Carlos Santana. 0 for 2. Kind of gets jammed, and a little pop-up as Iglesias making the catch. It's a 9-pitch 1-2-3 inning. It's a 3-0 Padres lead. 3-0 Padres have lead over the Guardians as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll create unforgettable memories at a 2025 Padres game with a group of friends or family. Hospitality spaces are the perfect setting to socialize while making game day easy with all-inclusive food and beverage packages. Book your outing today at Padres.com/groups. Xander Bogaerts to lead it off here in the home half of the 6th inning. Logan Allen back out on the hill. Guardians had Paul Sewald warming in the pen, but it's Allen to begin the inning. And that's now his 71st pitch of his outing. Gave up a run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. That's Bogaerts to chase the changeup.
You can see how this game has progressed with Logan Allen. First inning, a walk, no runs. Second inning, a hit, no runs, but walk, extra base hit, and then the big blow in the 4th, the home run, and then a couple of runs in the 5th. So the Padres getting to him, trying to widen that lead.
Next pitch will be 75 for Logan Allen. It's a 2-2, and Bogaerts down on strikes. Chase the changeup. That's just the first strikeout of the night for Logan Allen. Time now for our Callaway Kings of Distance. Jackson Merrill, his first home run of the season, back in the 4th inning. 411 feet. 106.5 on the exit velo. 26 degrees on the launch angle. He was swinging at the first pitch last at bat. That was one that went out. This one he fouls off. Well, you may ask yourself, who are the youngest Padres to get to 25 career home runs? This one fouled off the left out of play. You got to be really quick reading. Now we're back. Here we go. Fernando. Jackson Merrill. 21 years, 347 days.
I ask myself, this is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife.
Interesting that 10 of the 25 career home runs he has have come on the first pitch. Double figures in that category, jumping on that first pitch.
Pitchers will remember that. They do the scouting reports and try to nibble a little bit, but he will crush a mistake, and that was definitely a mistake he hit out tonight. And here's the thing about Jackson Merrill. We all know this. Pitcher like Allen trying to go away. Oh, he can go yard the opposite way as well. Spitting on the changeup. He read that one right out of the hand of Allen.
Fouls it painfully off himself.
Schinberger.
Did he go? No, he did not. We'll check with Mark Carlson. Longest debut today. That's pitch 9, and it's ball 4. Now a quick word from Jack in the Box.
My Big Smash Jack has more than double the beef of a Big Mac. Seriously.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
So a 1-out base runner, 4th walk allowed by Logan Allen. And a mound visit here for Bo Naylor, the catcher. Preparation for Yuli Gurriel coming up next.
Well, in a situation like this, you look at what Gurriel has done. He's popped up twice. He's looking to maybe first and third do some damage. And we know that Allen likes to throw that changeup. Gurriel, on the other hand, he's looking for the old number 1. See if he goes off speed right here, first pitch. Missed big time with the changeup.
Oh, bouncing in, taken off is Jackson Merrill, and into second base without a problem. In fact, he went in standing, glancing off of Bo Naylor, the catcher.
Said it before, I'll say it again. Daylight got to go. Watch Naylor. Ball's in there. He looks up in the air. He thinks it's up in the air. He's got to go around the hitter. As Gurriel just stands there, which he should. Runner in scoring position.
2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Went to the sweeper to get it. Gurriel has popped out to first, flied out to left. 0 for 2 in the game.
Hey, Jackson's looking to take third as well. I'm not saying a straight steal, but you know, with that off-speed stuff, a ball in the dirt, he could very easily take third base if the ball gets in the dirt.
That is ball 4 and back-to-back walks allowed by Allen. Yeah, that's going to do it. Here comes Vogt. So he struck out Bogaerts, but he walks Merrill, walks Gurriel. And that'll do it for Logan Allen. Ends up with 89 pitches in his outing and departs on the hook with the Padres on top 3-0. The pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. Well, Jake Cronenworth is going to be pinch hitting here for Jose Iglesias with runners at first and second, 1 away. Paul Sewald checks into the game here for the Guardians.
USD guy Paul Sewald, 42 games last year, ERA of 4.31, had some injuries to deal with. 34 years young. Pretty much one or the other from Sewald. You're going to get the four-seamer or the sweeper. That's it. Flip a coin. 50%.
34 saves between Seattle and Arizona back in 2023. 16 for Arizona last year. And goes spinning off the backside before he lost his job as the closer of the D-backs. He's got some pitch com problems.
Last year it dealt with those injuries I mentioned, oblique and neck injuries. That'll do a pitcher in. Has some technical problems.
2 on, 1 away. Cronenworth, 241 last year, 17 homers, 83 runs batted in. Coming off the bench to pinch hit here in the 6th inning. Takes strike 1.
Jake's been watching on the bench. He knows that the high strike has been called. There's another one. 91 with a little bit of movement on that four-seamer.
Too high that time. So Logan Allen responsible for the 2 men on, with Jackson Merrill at second base and Yuli Gurriel at first base. Walked them both after he struck out Xander Bogaerts to begin the inning. Foul back. We'll do it again. 1 and 2.
Sewald also one of those guys who, you know, he's not 98 to 100. He's low 90s. 92. He's got to hit his spots. Naylor kind of took that one out of the zone a little bit on that breaking ball. You see that glove catch it, and then that glove moves out of the zone. Looked like it lit up right at the knees.
Popped up foul off to the left out of play. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the San Diego Padres. First and second, 1 out, and Cronenworth will take ball 3. Surrounded the plate with a sweeper, but not a strike. And then Lockridge waiting on deck. Line to center field, a base hit for Cronenworth. Around from second comes Merrill. He will score, and the Padres take a 4-0 lead. Pinch hit, RBI single for Jake Cronenworth.
Once again, so many things going right for San Diego. Overall, runners in scoring position, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I know there's 1 out here, but you get my point. My point is Jake Cronenworth coming off the bench, fouling some pitches off. Sewald trying to go upstairs, and Jake goes to center field for the RBI.
Another pinch hitter. Lockridge called back. Jason Hayward will pinch hit. Lockridge had doubled and walked, scored a run in his 2 previous plate appearances. As Hayward will likely take over for him in left field as well defensively. Fouls it back below us. Gurriel at third. Cronenworth crossed the diamond at first. 0-2. Infield in about halfway. And a swing and a miss. Hayward strikes out. The sweeper gets him. First out for Paul Sewald. That run, by the way, is charged to Logan Allen, who's still responsible for Gurriel, who's at third base. They'll bring up Elias Diaz out of the 9 spot for San Diego.
You know, another thing I love about that pinch hit from Jake, how about the first and third action, right? Gurriel going from first to third. Padres want to lead in that. They want teams to know that, oh yeah, ball hit to the outfield guy in first. We're going to first and third you.
Soft toss over to first. Cronenworth back to the bag. First disengagement for Sewald. Fly ball center field. Schneemann moves over to right center and makes the catch that retires the side. But the Padres had another run, have a 4-0 lead.
Why my opposition always mad at me? Why you mad? Go get you a crown if you as bad as me. I'm a king. 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 Yeah, baby, I'm a king. 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 Yeah, baby, I'm a king. I'm a king. King. Give me my king. Yeah, baby, I'm a king. I'm a king.
Oh yeah, Michael King was king. 11 strikeouts in the game tonight. 5 innings of work, couple of hits, no runs. Walked 1, struck out 11.
If I was king for just one day, I'd give it all away. Michael King, 11 punches. That's a good night in the big leagues.
Yuki Matsui takes over here in the 7th inning.
Another different look from the left side. Don mentioned it earlier, but this bullpen has been lights out. Yuki last season, 64 games, 69 strikeouts, more Ks than innings pitched. He's got a 4-run lead. Top of the zone, 92. That's his MO.
Nolan Jones striking out in the 2nd, striking out in the 4th. All that was against King. Jeremiah Estrada had a 1-2-3 6th inning, and Matsui becomes the 3rd arm used by the Padres in the game. And again, this bullpen continues to roll.
It's gotten colder, Donnie.
It has cooled off significantly.
Right? Yes. Talked about that breeze earlier, whipping around in our booth a little bit at times. Getting us ready for Chicago. Oh yeah. Did you bring the long johns? Did you pack the long johns?
I got lots of stuff. I have lots of layers, including the parka that we got a couple years ago.
We need to get some hand warmers. You know those little packets?
I brought gloves.
You brought gloves? Oh, the ones TJ gave us last year?
Yes.
Yeah, I might pack those. TJ Laidlaw, the best.
Longest scoreless inning pitched streaks. Since 2021.
I get it.
19 2/3. No strikes. Streaks.
Yes, he did.
Went around 3rd time. Nolan Jones is struck out.
There's the Matsui splitter, and there's the Jones swing and miss.
First out of the 7th. Brings up Bo Naylor. Naylor had struck out twice against Michael King, swinging in the second, swinging in the fourth inning.
One of my favorite Naylor family stories. Teammates with the Guardians last year on National Siblings Day. Josh and his younger brother Bo hit home runs. How about that?
That's pretty cool.
Two big leaguers, brothers, hitting home runs on National Siblings Day against the White Sox. Love that story.
Another fun fact.
Wow, Noah Gibson, James Washington Naylor. I like it. I like the hyphen.
Lots of compliments on the hyphen.
My name is Darcy Mulgren Frost. I get a lot of compliments on the hyphen.
(3-1) to Bo Naylor, and that's ball 4. So that is the second walk allowed by Padres pitching, the first since the first batter of the game, and Stephen Kwan. Don't miss upcoming Padres giveaways, including the Tony Gwynn rookie bobblehead presented by Petco on Tuesday, April 29th, and the reversible retro bucket hat. Thanks to UC San Diego Health on Wednesday, May 14th. Explore all giveaways and secure your tickets at Padres.com/giveaways.
Well, this is a real special one to all of us. Obviously, the great Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre, rookie season 1982, and I love the uniform, the likeness, the bobblehead. There it says Petco and Tony Gwynn, and then on the backside, 1982 rookie season.
That's awesome. I like those uniforms, by the way.
I do too. They wore the white pants at home and road. It's just they switched up the jerseys.
I like the helmet and the hat too, especially
the panel, right? It's the panel that's not at the seams. It's inside the seams. It kind of, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
The Padres had that one hat where the panel with the two seams coming up was full. This one had the.
Is that at an angle?
At an angle, yes. So it's a must-have and makes a great gift.
Gabriel Arias has struck out, single to center. He's got one of only 2 Cleveland hits. Both the hits coming off Michael King. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Slider that time for Matsui. Oh, 2 strikes. See if he goes back to the split.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Matsui. He can go down in the zone, he can go up in the zone with the heater. 92, 93. And if you throw that splitter as strikes down in the zone, I'll tell you what, man. You just lower your sights, you get a lot of swings and misses, and if contact is made, it's soft contact.
Naylor gets his lead at first, held on by a rise. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Matsui, 2 down.
Another splitter. Here it is. Right over the top. A little tumbling action out in front, taking a little off. Huge punchy.
John Kenzie Noel, who started in right field last night, he is going to pinch hit here for Schneemann. And that'll bring out Ruben Niebla. Talk it over to Matsui. Here's a look at our wire cam presented by Defy.
I defy anyone else to come up with a better shot than that wire can right there.
So Noel coming up here with 2 down. Bo Naylor at first base.
Thorough scouting report. They know the notes. They know the. It's always good to have a refresher course.
So here comes Noel to pinch hit for Schneemann. 218 last year, 13 homers, 28 runs batted in. Jason Adam up in the pen now for the Padres. Well, had a dramatic 2-run pinch hit home run, 9th inning ALCS game 3. Last year splitting time between AAA Columbus and Cleveland. Didn't go. Columbus for a number of years was the Yankees' top farmhand.
Clippers, right?
Yes.
There's the check swing.
Cooper Stadium.
Been there many times, have you?
Yes.
I've never been to Columbus.
3-0 pitch. And that'll miss, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk, second walk of the inning. Strange line here for Matsui. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. So the 4 hitters that he's faced. And that'll bring up Brian Rocchio.
Well, this is the guy you want, and Mike Schilt is going to make a little stroll out to the hill.
Has had Jason Adam warming in the pen. Apparently he is good to go. We will step aside and come back with a new Padres pitcher. Padres have a 4-0 lead. Padres have a 4-0 lead. Cleveland with runners at first and second, 2 down in the 7th, and Jason Adam checks in.
Another tough one out of the bullpen for Jason Adam. Look at these numbers. 74 games last year between Tampa Bay and San Diego. And it was just mowing them down. Opponents only hit 159. Kept the ball in the yard. More strikeouts than innings pitched. Comes into this inning, inheriting a couple of runners with 2 outs. He's got a really good slider and a sneaky fast fastball.
Now, last year with runners in scoring position, Adam held opponents to a 146 batting average. Comes in here with Bo Naylor at second, Noel at first, 2 down. Ryan Rocchio 0 for 2 from the number 9 spot in the Cleveland order. Rocchio flied out to left in the 3rd, struck out swinging in the 5th. Since joining the team July 21st of last year, highest whiff rate.
Love the swing and miss.
And he hits him to load the bases. A sweeper. Too much sweep. Not what he wanted to do there, and all of a sudden now you have the tying run coming to the plate.
Release point just off a little bit, just hanging on to it a little bit too long, and there it is. Hitting the right foot of Rocchio.
So the bases are loaded on 2 walks and a hit batsman. Stephen Kwan. Strike 1, top of the zone. Kwan tonight walked in the 1st, singled to left in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 5th. All that was against Michael King. Career .407 average. Does have 1 grand slam on his resume. Ball 2. So responsible for 2 of the 3 runners on. That's a strike, and it's 2-2.
How about the 2-1 changeup from Adam? That's big league.
Bases filled with Guardians. 2-2 pitch. Cranks it foul off to the left out of play. Fastball that time at 95. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Went to the slider to get him. Big strikeout for Jason Adam as the Guardians leave him loaded. Adam with the big strikeout. Padres still enjoy the 4-0 lead. Well, Arizona in New York taking on the Yankees, and Chino, Eugenio Suarez, go-ahead grand slam in the 8th. They beat the Yankees 7-5. It's his 5th home run already. He's off to a tremendous start. Corbin Burns started that game, by the way, for Arizona, but the Snakes on the road winning in New York. Joey Cantillo into the game.
Throws a lot of change-ups, also mixing a four-seamer, curve, and a slider for Cantillo.
Third unused by the Guardians.
Cantillo, last season 9 games. Another left-hander, almost like Logan Allen. Was that changeup? When he's on his game, he's a ground ball pitcher. Last season, in the short time, 67% Major League average, 44%. So when he's on his game, he gets grounders.
In the dirt. Full count. Let's do the curveball.
Soft stuff. Movement.
So Sewald ended up going 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, no runs, as Fernando will take ball 4. So leadoff walk for Fernando. Every Padres Friday home game is a party in the park presented by Southwest Airlines. Start your weekend with a $5 drink special. Live music and more in the fully renovated Gallagher Square. From the time the gates open until first pitch. Explore all Friday games at Padres.com/party. Leadoff walk by Fernando to start things here in the bottom of the 7th. Luis Arraez, a 1-for-3 game. Fernando goes. The pitch, a strike. The throw is going to get away. Stolen base for Fernando. Padres with their 11th stolen base this season. Second most in Major League Baseball. Only the Pirates with more. They've got 17 so far.
Oh, it's been a track meet, and this should come as no surprise. Trying to add on late. Even with the lefty. First move, got to go. Not even close.
The 1-1 pitch coming up to Arraez. On the ground right side. Arias, one play. It's at first. He makes it. But on to third goes Fernando. They'll bring up Andy Machado. Infield in now for Cleveland. A 2-hit night for Manny. Single to left, single to center.
Be interesting to see how he goes about pitching to Manny. You've got another righty on deck, Bogarts. Do you pitch around him a little bit, set up a double play? Wait and see. Stay tuned. It doesn't look like he's going to give him much here. This might be the old pitch around.
Xander Bogaerts waits on deck. Falls behind Machado, 3-0. And there's ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Charge to Cantillo. Seven walks allowed by Cleveland pitching in this game. First and third, 1 out for Xander. He has single to right, grounded into a 6-4-3 DP and struck out swinging. Over to first disengagement. Machado back.
Kind of a wild throw over there as well to the outfield side.
Santana wasn't really at the bag, but still it was nowhere near the bag. Manny goes, and it's in the dirt. Stolen base. 2 in the inning for the Padres. 1 for Fernando, now 1 for Manny.
Takes the force off. Hit means 2.
4th stolen base of the year for Manny Machado. Carl Willis headed back to the mound. Ten balls, just 4 strikes in the 14 pitches he's thrown.
Not good.
Second and third, 1 away. On the ground to second base, Arias bobbles and gets nobody. Run scores, 5-0 Padres.
Well, the Padres continue to just put pressure on the opposition. This is a good old-fashioned can't squeeze it. Very makeable play. It's worth another look. Infield in for that reason. Just never squeezed it. Couldn't find the handle. Everybody is safe.
Jackson Merrill with a home run back in the 4th inning. His first home run of the year. Batting with runners at the corners, 1 away. Rifles it foul off to the left on play. Charge an error to Gabriel Arias on that play. So Bogaerts will reach on the fielder's choice. One-two pitch to Jackson Merrill. Swing and a miss. Taken off is Bogaerts. He'll get there. Bad throw ends up in center field. From third comes Machado, and the Padres take a 6-0 lead. Third stolen base of the inning for the Padres.
Cleveland doesn't know what to think. Runners in motion. Bad throws. Can't make the play. Padres adding on. Having some fun tonight.
Xander Bogaerts at second base with 2 down, and Gurriel, as they bluff off the backside, no throw. Popped up, foul ground. Naylor coming back, but he'll have no play. Straightens him up with a fastball up and in. Xander Bogaerts at second base, 2 away, 2 runs in the Padres' 7th. Popped up left side. The shortstop Rocchio backpedals to the outfield lawn and makes the catch that ends the inning. But the Padres running all over the place. They come up with 2 more runs and lead it 6-0.
Welcome back to Petco Park, where the Padres lead the Guardians 6-0 at the top of the 8th. I'm Mary Louise Cook. I'll be joined by Mike Pomerantz on the Padres postgame show, where we're going to hope to see the Padres continue to go 6-0 to start the season and continue making history. Now, the bullpen continuing that scoreless streak. We'll take a closer look at that, as well as hear from Jackson Merrill. It's all coming up on the Padres postgame show. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks very much, Mary Louise. We look forward to that. 6-0. Padres have the lead. Jason Adam back out on the mound. Faced 2 hitters in the 7th. Hit a batter, struck out a batter. The base is loaded. And comes back out to start the 8th. He's got Jose Ramirez leading it off here in the 8th. And Kyle Manzardo and Carlos Santana to follow. Padres adding 2 more runs last inning without the benefit of a base hit.
Hey, that's what happens when you put runners in motion and the opposition can't catch the ball or throw the ball to a particular base.
Close pitch, called the ball. Yeah, Manny with another stolen base, 4th of the year. Fernando stole a base. Bogart stole a base. Padres are running.
The go-go Pods.
Swing and a miss. A bat comes out of his hand.
Remember we talked about that right wrist sliding in Kansas City. Remember Ramirez, that almost looked like a swing where a guy will lose it because of a sore wrist. Gets right back in there though.
Popped up foul off to the left, out of play. And Zardo waits on deck for the Guardians as they bat here in the 8th. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Ramirez.
Jason Adam has got some serious weapons. Look, watch the tremendous movement on this changeup. Now remember, fastball upstairs 95-96. He's got that breaking ball and then that changeup. That's a great look at the grip and the action of that changeup.
I got 15 strikeouts for Padres pitching.
Ouch bad.
11 for King, 2 for Matsui, and 2 for Adam now.
Let's see, 11, 12, 13, carry the 3.
That's 15. Yep, there it is.
Take away 5. Yeah, that's 15. I got 15. I stunk at math. I looked at my report card the other day from high school.
Really?
Unbelievable.
You still have your high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry about that 1.89 GPA my freshman year. Oh, yeah. You know what?
We're exactly a Rhodes Scholar.
Well, because I thought that, I always thought your grade point average should be like your ERA. The lower, the better.
Right? That was the problem?
Sorry about peaking my junior year and having a 2.43.
Ooh. Was that a sniff? Did you just sniff after the 2.43?
Yeah, it was.
Good thing you could throw 100.
Ain't that
I don't know where we be today.
Ain't that the truth? You got that right.
Can't really see you in an office setting. Just saying.
But I was great in the classroom, though. I was great for morale.
2-1 is grounded down the first baseline. Fair ball, and a rise will tag the bag. 2 down.
I'd run errands for teachers. Hey, go see if the vans are filled up with gas. Got practice after school. We'll give you a cup of coffee in the teacher's lounge.
Spent a lot of time doing homework.
I did, actually.
Yeah.
I had to. Hey, didn't get the grades, couldn't play.
You play with a 2.24 or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's a B. That's a C student. Sorry about it.
The ground ball up the middle to the backhand. Cronenworth up into the air, gets his man. Carlos Santana's retired. Jake Cronenworth. Nice defensive play up the middle against the grain, off balance, up into the air. Padres lead at 6-0. Well, I play day baseball tomorrow, the finale of the 3-game series between the Guardians and the Padres. It'll be Ben Lively on the mound for Cleveland. Last year, 29 starts, had 13 wins. Dylan Cease on the mound for the Padres. He was a 14-game winner, including a no-hitter last year in his 33 starts in his first year in a Padres uniform.
Somebody's going to have to run to the cabin and tell that Dylan Cease is pitching tomorrow.
Got to climb out of the woods for day baseball.
No electricity, no phones.
Eating berries.
Fostering bears. Instead of a carrier pigeon.
Does he hang around the other days?
Oh, sure.
He does? Yeah. Cantillo back out on the mound again. Pitch in the dirt. Rio. That's a strike.
Okay, I got the scoop on Jake's shoes.
Okay. They're very green.
Yeah, they're very green because they don't make them in yellow, so he had to get his other shoes painted. He does have another pair in his locker that are painted, and I looked at him and said, oh my gosh, that's one heck of a paint job. So he's getting some shoes painted. In the meantime, he's wearing these.
They don't really match.
No, I kind of like it because they stick out a little bit. It's you know, different color, which I like. Get in there.
To left center and for a base hit. Second hit for Cronenworth. Padres have had a runner on in every inning.
Padres have scored at least one run the last 4 innings, and Jake Cronenworth fights this one off the opposite way. Half dozen, maybe more. Stay tuned.
As the Guardians have been down in these games, they have not had the chance to use their very good bullpen, the guys that they have with a lead generally. Like Clase, Gaddis, Smith, Heron, all those guys have not appeared in the series.
And this early in the season, that's been one of the strengths of the Guardians, is that bullpen, but because of the offense of the Padres, thank you very much.
Cronenworth at first, Hayward with a ground ball left side. Ramirez from his backside to second. Safe. First, safe. Everybody's safe.
Just putting the ball in play. It's a nice front end, but the bad throw, nobody's at the bag, and with the good hustle, everybody is safe. Nowhere near the bag. Safe there, safe there.
Single credited to Hayward, first and second, nobody out. And Elias Diaz. Pops it up. Ramirez down the line at third, and in fair ground, drops it. They're going to call him out. Infield fly rule in effect. So even though he dropped it, the runner is out. So infield fly rule, runners at first and second in play.
Home plate umpire, hand in the air, indicating infield fly. Batter is out. Runners advance at their own risk with the chance of being tagged out. 2 runners in scoring position.
Fernando, the swing and a miss with the infield in all the way around. Fernando does not have a hit tonight, but he has been on 3 times. Reached twice on a walk, once on a fielder's choice. Ball 3. Top of the order, Luis Arraez. After Fernando. 1 out in the inning, second and third. Slowly rolled. Pitcher's going to first, and they get the out there, but a run will score. The back door from third comes Cronenworth. Padres take a 7-0 lead. Fernando will pick up an RBI. And moving to third is Hayward. That'll bring up Arraez. 1 for 4 game. Has an RBI. The one part is single to left field to drive in a run. Omar Cruz up in the pen. Now he's going to take his hitter's timeout. Down on the count, 1-2. Grounded back to the mound. Cantillo's got it. He'll run a little bit. Flips underhanded for the out. That'll end the inning. Padres tack on another run. We're going to the ninth in San Diego. It's 7-0 Padres. Time now for the next entire defensive plays of the game, and the Padres bullpen continues to be stellar.
They are just being called upon and saying, hey, bring it on. We take a look at tonight, giving the Guardians different looks, starting with Estrada, the first guy out of the pen. Inning. Matsui, 2/3. Couple of punchies. Adam, inning and a third. And what do you know? Omar Cruz, 24 in the minors. This is his major league debut for the kid. And Don, what a great game to come in, right? In the ninth, up by 7. Fire strikes, take your chances, let your defense work for you.
First dealing with Nolan Jones, 0-for-3, striking out 3 times. Padres pitching with 15 strikeouts in the game. If you're wondering about the most strikeouts for a team this year so far, 19 done by the Nationals in that game. The starter, former first-round draft choice of the Padres, Mackenzie Gore, had 13 of those 19 strikeouts. A 1-1 in there for strike 2.
Omar is now the 149th Mexican-born player, 89th Mexican-born pitcher to play in the major leagues. Good for him.
Crowds him with a fastball.
It's from Hermosillo, state capital of Sonora. 27th Mexican-born player to be playing for the San Diego Padres.
Swing and a miss. First batter he faces in the big leagues, he strikes out.
Omar, get that baseball. Here it is again. It's worth another look. Going upstairs. Where they switch out the baseballs. Nice.
Here's Bo Naylor.
Oh, look at that hammer. Did you see that? That was nasty.
Fastball's been around 94, 95.
Yeah, firm.
Tried another curveball, but bounced that one. Taylor tonight has struck out twice and walked. Cleveland has been held to 2 hits, being out hit 10-2 by the Padres in this game, and San Diego enjoying a 7-0 lead.
Omar was with Pittsburgh in that deal that brought Joe Musgrove, that 3-team deal, to San Diego. So coming back. It's amazing how this game of baseball can work.
Fly ball right field for Fernando. 2 down in the 9th. So 2 away. For the faithful will stand as one at Petco Park in San Diego. $37,120 on hand tonight for game 2 of the 3-game series. Arias with a swing and a miss for strike 1, chased a changeup. Strike 2. On the ground is short, picked on the backhand by Bogarts. The throw is good. Padres win. They add to their record. 6-0 to begin the season in 2025. Now the 3rd team in Major League history to start the season 6-0 with 3-team shutouts, joining the 80 Reds and the 40 Dodgers.
Well, the Padres are on some type of a roll. 5-0. We told you what was going on. Hitting, defense, base running, and it continues tonight.
So 9 total shutouts this season in Major League Baseball, and the Padres have 3 of them. King will be the winner. He struck out 11. Padres are 6-0 to begin the 2025 season. Thank you for watching Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. For Mark Grant, Bob Scanlon, I'm Don Orsillo. Now stay tuned for the Padres postgame show.
Jackson Merrill got the Padres rolling early tonight, launching his first home run of the season to put San Diego on the board in the fourth. That set the stage for a 7-0 victory over the Guardians. Padres remain perfect in 2025, now 6-0. Welcome on into the Padres postgame show, presented by Major League Baseball, by the Major League Baseball. Mary Louise Cook alongside Mike Pomeranz and Jackson Merrill. Now, Jackson, home run for you tonight, but a really great start for the San Diego Padres, 6-0. Franchise history continues to roll on. How do you describe the energy in the clubhouse at this point when you're playing the way that you guys are?
We're all having fun. That's all there is to say. We're having fun, giving 100% every day. That's all that matters to us. We're a team working hard as possible.
Michael King getting back on the horse, and I thought your at bat in the fourth inning was interesting. I love the walk, by the way, in the sixth, being down 0-2 and coming back for the walk. But let's focus on the homer. First pitch hunting there, what were you looking for? What was the mindset?
I mean, I'm always looking to hit, man. I'm a hitter. I'm not a walker, so they throw something in the zone, I want to be ready to go. And, you know, I got a pitch to hit, and I went for it.
Jackson, a year ago today, you hit your first big league home run. And were you aware of that? I see you laughing here.
Yeah, no, I knew.
Okay, so April 1st, April Fool's Day, I would imagine, you know, a significant day, of course. But when you take a look at the development that you have experienced from last year until now, how would you assess the way that you have changed in the past year?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm more comfortable with everybody here, you know. I know everybody on the team way better than I did last year, and I'm just here to play baseball. Here to win games every day, here to win for the city. That's all I'm here to do.
You know, last season they start you out at the bottom of the lineup like they would for any young hitter, but you showed yourself to be such a productive hitter with 24 homers last year. You move now more to the middle of the lineup. Is there a spot in this nine where you feel most comfortable hitting?
It don't matter to me. I'm in the lineup. That's all that matters to me. You know, I want to be on the field every day. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or wherever in the lineup. You know, I'm ready to go every day.
How many bobbleheads of yourself do you have in the closet right now? Because it was last night was huge here.
I only got one yesterday, but they put like 50 in my car today.
Oh my goodness. And I hear your family, because in spring training they were telling me, your grandma specifically, she said she got a lot locked down. So I'm sure she's very happy. Jackson, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yeah, congratulations. And enjoy the beer shower now for Omar Cruz, who made his Major League debut tonight. So Jackson off at the clubhouse. That's going to be very exciting. But you talk about the job that Jackson Merrill's done as a young man. I have to tell you, folks, I wanted to check his driver's license. For a 21-year-old, he has, honestly, the on-field composure of a longtime vet, 26, 27. But when we take a look at the youngest Padres to have 25 career home runs, only Fernando has as many in the same time frame, just a few days, really, let's call it 100 days or so, younger than Jackson Merrill. Really impressive all the way around. I think the way that Jackson is not only hit well, but we keep forgetting he was a shortstop just a couple of seasons ago, so he's had to learn a brand new position. Tip of the cap to the organization and to Jackson, of course.
Well, in a different way, looking at another guy who's kind of learned a new role is Michael King last year, of course, making that transition to full-time starter. He got the opening day nod. And this outing today looking a bit different than that opening day start, Mike.
Yeah, I think the jitters were gone. He made some mechanical adjustments. I choose to focus on the fastball. That two-seamer that he starts at a left-hander's hip and then runs back out over the inside corner, just nasty. Look at that sinker into a righty. The reason I focus on the fastball, and I get it, he has a great repertoire, but for me, a lot of the things that he does that are special are predicated on his ability to spot the fastball. It sets up all the other pitches. He's throwing in the mid-90s. The two-seamer, from him being right-handed, has run away from a lefty into a right-handed hitter. It sets up the breaking stuff. They have to honor the fastball, both the two-seamer and the four-seamer, and that sets up anything hardened down. And, of course, he's got one of the best changeups in baseball. He wasn't, by his estimation, I'm sure, as sharp as he's going to be, but 11 strikeouts, 7 of them on the fastball, almost an equal split between the two-seamer and four-seamer. He's a filthy customer, and he looked really good tonight.
If that's not as sharp as he's going to be,
oh, yeah. He's got more in the tank, and he looked good.
All right. Well, some other folks that looked good tonight. You mentioned Omar Cruz. He was able to make his Major League debut tonight, so that was pretty special. But the bullpen, my goodness, they have looked really good in 2025.
Last handful of shows, they've kind of been the lead, haven't they? I mean, we've talked about the offense and the starters trying to get back on track. But, man, once again tonight, now they've got a scoreless streak, folks, of 22 2/3 innings between Estrada, Matsui, Adam, and then Omar Cruz, as we mentioned tonight. It doesn't seem to matter who goes out there. Whatever the Kool-Aid is out there in the pen, keep drinking it, boys, because it is working. You are talking straight filth, and what I like is the variety of options that this team has to use. Alex Jacob didn't throw tonight, but, you know, the right-handed sidewinder, that gives you a different look. Cruz from the left side, Wandy Peralta and Yuki from the left side. Remember, you still have Robert Suarez there to close. Jason Adams, straight filthy. I think this bullpen right now, and I said it the other night, but being this sharp this early as a collective is extraordinary. Usually one or two guys is going to give you a clunker now and again, but they are really pulling the rope in the same direction, looking really sharp now.
I know that we've talked about it before, but how helpful do you think it is to have Ruben Niebla, the consistency with him, and Ben Fritz as well, the bullpen coach?
I think a lot, because they've learned to trust Ruben. Ruben, as you mentioned, you know, has that history with the Cleveland Guardians as kind of a pitch whisperer, so to speak. So he's developed confidence in the pitchers, but the pitchers, more importantly, have developed buy-in and confidence in Ruben. Not that that was ever in question, but when he says, I got a suggestion, maybe tinker with this, they're more, I think, inclined to follow suit and try it out, and I think it can't be said enough what a job that he and Fitzy have both done, keeping these guys focused in line, and I think able to maximize their arsenal to the best of their abilities.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, it has been really, really fun to watch.
I mean, we
so
sound
far.
like geniuses now, right? Because the results have been so darn good. But I think even if they did have a couple of off games, they still have that buy-in, and they'll still get right back on track.
All right, well, so far, we're not having to see anybody get back on track. Which
Right. It's all good.
When we return here on the Padres postgame show, we'll hear from the manager, Mike Schilt, get his thoughts on Michael King's day. The Padres postgame show is brought to you by UC San Diego Health, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the San Diego Padres. Nice night for the San Diego Padres and Omar Cruz making his major league debut. Let's get you inside of the clubhouse to hear from the manager, Mike Schilt, and his thoughts on Michael King's outing tonight.
Mike, how impressive was Michael King for you tonight?
Michael was good. Yeah, you know, thought he was better as he went. Couple longer innings, you know, early on, got his pitch count up a little bit, but really made pitches. Changeup was good, sweeper was good, fastball had life. he looked like Michael King. It was a nice outing.
Like he used all of his weapons as well. I mean, he had strikeouts with 4 different pitches, and especially effective versus a pretty left-hand dominant lineup tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's got weapons for both. That's what makes him so effective as a starter. So, yeah, good point. Scan, good against the lefties, good against the righties. Change-up good, sweeper. Everything was really on point.
How fun was your offense tonight? You kind of did it with everything. You had the home run. You showed the power. You also manufactured a run with the sacrifice bunts and the sac flies, scored some runs later without the benefit of a hit. Just seemed to put the pressure on them in so many different ways.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we look to do. Offensive machine, be able to beat them a lot of different ways, have a lot of different tools in the toolbox according to the situation. Jackson gets started with the big swing, but I love the fact we talk about getting better as the game goes, and I really thought we did a nice job with that. Turn the ball over a little bit, bigger swings, double plays, settled in, didn't try to do too much. Use big field, toddy, sac fly. Glaze just had some good at bats to get some things going. Locke, good at bats. Manny, good approach. Louis the other way. Just a lot of good at bats. Crony comes in later, has a big couple at bats, and team offense, man.
And keeping with all the positive themes, bullpen continuing its streak, also 24 scoreless now, and a nice chance to get Omar Cruz's major league debut.
Yeah, good for Cruzy, man. It was good for Omar. Homegrown guy-ish, right? We drafted him originally, left the organization, comes back, get him back, but it's always special when a guy makes a debut and was able to have a really effective one. So good for him. Jason Adams' inning was, finish out the 7th was big, grabbed the 8th. Estrada really good in the 6th. So bullpen on point, but congratulations to Omar.
You talk about getting better as the game goes on, and whether it's being patient early or tonight, like it was getting the leadoff runner on, but being very aggressive. Like, how relentless does this offense feel?
It's a good word. Relentless feels like a very appropriate word for our offense. Hungry is also another adjective I describe it. It's just constant pressure. Looking to take everything the opponent's going to give us, everything that's out there situationally, being aware for it, and trusting it and going and being aggressive with intelligence behind it. So it's just it's a good brand of baseball.
How does the sac bunt by your catcher come about?
Listen, we're in a situation where we've got top of our lineup roll over. Diaz had good at-bats. I loved his at-bat early in the game, didn't get rewarded for it, but we had second and third. Looking to move the runners, hits a missile, one hopper to Santana. Great approach. But just an opportunity there to move the runners up, see what they want to do with Toddy in the top of the order.
It's the steals, but it's also the balls in the dirt that you guys are taking extra bases on. Is that, do you chalk that up to philosophy? These specific players being capable of making those reads? What has that been? What has led to that?
It's work. We put our time into it. It's awareness to the situation. It's some anticipation. It's timing. But it's all our players that are capable of doing it, and it's a big part of our offense. Being able to put pressure on anytime ball goes in the dirt, knowing that we're going to be on point, ready to take advantage of it.
Jackson Merrill home run tonight is off to a good start. Just what are you seeing from his swing? What are you seeing from him in the box right now?
Yeah, I just see a guy taking a good approach with a good swing. It's really that simple. He's on time. He's on balance. He's aware of what they're going to look to do to him. He's looking to get a good pitch to hit, and he's putting a good swing on it.
And we saw there toward the end, Cleveland had a couple of miscues. Arias dropping the ball as Toddy took off from third on the contact play. Is that part of the philosophy? Just keep putting pressure, and eventually you'll force them into some mistakes.
I think we've just put that on display, yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, kind of piggybacking on the other question, it's, we're looking to be opportunistic, put pressure, and look to do what we can regardless of the situation.
Padres pitchers Cade 9 batters today, so you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. Just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout. When we return here on the Padres postgame show, we'll go ahead, get you all set up for tomorrow as the Padres seek the series sweep against the Cleveland Guardians.
Why my opposition always mad at me? Why they mad? Go get you a crown if you as bad as me. I'm a king. 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 Yeah, baby, I'm a king. 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 Yeah, baby, I'm a king. I'm a king. King. Yeah, baby, I'm a king. I'm a king.
Oh, that Michael King, he is a bad, bad man. Picks up his first win of the season. 5 innings, 11 punch-outs. Padres dropping the Guardians 7-0 is your final score. They've taken the first 2 games of the series. Tomorrow, bring out the brooms, folks, at the Friar Funhouse. Got an opportunity here for a sweep. Ben Lively is going to go for the Guardians. He spent some time in the Korean Baseball Organization, the KBO, as did Kyle Hart, the pitcher for the Padres. And he's going to go up against Dylan Cease, who's looking for a bounce-back effort after a bit of an off one last time out, a 6.23 ERA early on. But don't look for that again tomorrow. First of all, Dylan is very familiar with the Guardians, having spent so much time in that same division with the White Sox. And I know Dylan like you know Dylan. He's not going to be in a good mood when he gets out there tomorrow. He's got a little axe to grind. I expect a sharp start.
I look forward to it. It'll be fun for sure.
Yeah, that it will.
Now, Mike, when you take a look at the way that the Padres have been playing, we're seeing them clicking on all cylinders like we talked about in the pregame show. What area of the way that they've been getting things done have you enjoyed watching most so far?
I love the aggressive nature of the small ball approach, and Mike Schill has talked about this, kind of a Petco Park hitter's approach, going line to line, being aggressive, kind of taking advantage of whatever opportunities the other team gives you. And I thought he answered that really well tonight in his post-game press conference, talking about balls in the dirt, taking the extra base, making the defense feel pressure so that when they make an error, you're able to capitalize on it. I expect them to hit. I mean, they were one of the best teams in baseball offensively last year. Most of the same guys back. The pitching is going to be good. Everybody's staying healthy, right? Fingers crossed all the way through baseball. But it's that ability to play small ball and to handle the fundamentals so well, especially early on. Really impressive so far.
It's been a great start to 2025
it really
for
has.
sure. Yeah, it's really been fun here at Petco Park, and we hope that if you are unable to be here in person with us, that you'll tune in at 12:45 p.m. tomorrow for some day baseball.
Love a little matinee action here at Petco Park.
Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Now let's get you inside of the clubhouse to hear from Michael King and his outing today. You heard Mike talk about it a little bit. 5 innings pitched, 11 punchies. Let's get you inside of there.
Love the outing tonight. Congratulations. How good you feel out there?
Good. Felt like Diaz and I were on the same page the whole time, which makes it easy to get into a rhythm. Four-seamer was good to a lot of those lefties, and change-up's obviously my bread and butter. So once I was able to command the change-up, felt like we just tried to keep the hitters off balance as much as possible, and then turn it over to our dynamite bullpen.
11 strikeouts tonight, and it looked like you kind of used a little bit of everything to finish guys off. Did you feel like they had the whole repertoire working tonight?
Yes and no. I felt like the fastball was good, and that allows me to then not be perfect with the off-speed pitches. So sweeper was okay, I'd say. And then the changeup early on wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, and then found it. But I think when the fastball's commanded, then we can expand with the changeup and get those swing and misses.
When they put a left-handed lineup together like that against you, I mean, does that not intimidate you very much, knowing that you have that changeup weapon and the two-seamer and all different kinds of things that you can attack them with?
It's definitely a different game plan than I'm used to. I joke that Arias getting that single in the fourth inning, it was like the first time I've seen a righty in a long time, so it almost shocked me in how I normally approach a righty. So I think, like I said, the four-seam was great, and then the changeup was good. And I trusted Diaz a lot in terms of when to use the sweeper, because I don't typically like using it to lefties. And every time he called it, I wasn't going to shake it, and it worked out really well.
Obviously, you knew you were going to face what they were going to do with their lineup. Did you know 8?
I was thinking that. I think last year, you can maybe look it up, but I think it was 8 as well last year, maybe 7. But when you got such a balanced lineup like that, and a team that has that many switch hitters, you know you're going to face a ton of the opposite side hitters. So it was obviously I had a different game plan going in from my first start, but a lot of it was really just feeling that command and walk the first guy, which was a little annoying. But after that, it settled in.
How badly do you want?
Nice bounce back start for Michael King tonight as the Padres move to 6-0. They stay perfect on the young 2025 season. They win the series over the Cleveland Guardians, and tomorrow they will look to break out the brooms. We'll see you tomorrow at 12:45 p.m. on the Padres pregame show. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your night.